Migrants. Everyone's favorite topic.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, let's go!
Whoa! Now, let's give some examples of migrants who are not assimilating. You guys ready?
Oh, no.
Some migrants who aren't assimilating, okay? Well, here we go. Let's go listen to what this fucking thing has to say.
You come over here from third world countries or shithole countries, assimilate to American culture, learn to fit in.
Okay, this is a guy. This is setting the table for
The
everything.
American way of life. Or get the fuck out of here.
Ooh.
We're not gonna fucking put up with that shit anymore.
Makes me want to put on my Carhartt hat.
You come over here.
It does sound like he's like reading a script, but he probably doesn't know English. But he's like, I like America, but I just don't. This English language stupid. It's just stupid. These make no sense. Why is it? Why is it THOUGH, but you don't say the UGH? Why, man? I don't know. I don't know, man. But here we go. Here's example of not assimilating. Somali-run fraud scheme in Ohio. EBT cards funnel taxpayer money straight into family-owned restaurants. There's a wild scam going down in Columbus, Ohio. That's straight out of a movie. Somali, and we love our Somalis, don't we? We love our
Oh yeah, they're
Somalis.
great. They blend into our culture so well. They come here and treat everything with respect.
Mm-hmm. They definitely shower and don't look like they've been electrocuted. Somali
They definitely
families.
don't try to hurt our daughters.
Oh, Ritz is probably upset at me making fun of Asian accents. I'm sorry, Ritz. Somali families own a restaurant, a grocery store. Somali families own a restaurant, a grocery store right next door, sometimes literally attached, and usually a daycare or a home health business too. The wives and kids get loaded EBT cards. That's food stamps. Instead of going to a Kroger or Walmart, they shop at their own family grocery store with those cards. Jesus. All the food immediately walks 10 feet into a restaurant kitchen. Boom. Free inventory for the restaurant. Paid 100% by taxpayer money. Jeez. Well, that's a... here, let's go gander at this video, gang.
I went to the Walmart on Georgesville to see if I could see people filling their carts or just kind of see what I could see. It's not the way they do it. They've got it figured out way better than that. Every single Somali restaurant has a grocery store right next door or within eyeshot of the restaurant. The specific one I went into today had it attached to the restaurant. And wow, what an adventure that was. Stay tuned for more on that. Anyways, the grocery store and the restaurant were the same building. So they don't have to go to a Walmart or a Sam's Club or a Costco necessarily. They can just order everything they need to their grocery store that's right next to or attached to the restaurant that they also own and never have to fill a single cart. And I guarantee you, if you looked at the records of those grocery stores, they lose tons of money every year, and it's probably used as a tax write-off because those groceries are being funneled into those restaurants with a daycare center on the opposite side.
I was like, is this the video or somebody who's on stream?
I think
that's the
it's Rebels Dogs.
Oh, okay. Remember, you guys can mute yourself if there's excessive noise in the background.
Common trend you'll
Sorry.
see. There's restaurants, grocery stores, and daycare centers. And also home health care businesses. I can't forget the home health care businesses. Nakia was absolutely right. And the reason for the daycare centers I found out while I was at Walmart. 3/4 of the workers I saw working in Walmart, especially the cashiers, were Somali women. You gotta figure if you have 2 or 3 wives that you don't have to claim, these women can go work at Walmart full time for $15 an hour and still qualify for food stamps as long as they have a couple kids, which you can guarantee you they at least have 2 kids. Hell, they average 7. Or same
Jesus.
story as working as a home health care aide. They have most definitely figured out the system and how to take advantage of it. And Columbus doesn't break down its numbers like Minnesota, but if anything like the 88% of the Somali community is on social services in Columbus, I can only imagine how deep the fraud is. So I'm changing tactics and going back up Monday, and I have a couple ideas to see if I can't sniff a few things out. Thanks for tuning in.
So that's an example of more unassimilation, or not even just unassimilation, just complete taking advantage of the system because our politicians allow this shit. How do you guys feel about that?
So
I
explain
sent
to
you
me
some
why,
videos.
like, we need to just nuke these programs at this point, because I'm tired of hearing about how these programs are being exploited. Like, do they actually serve people in need? Because all I hear is that people are just like taking, and they don't actually need it.
Well, Rich says, I owe 4,000 in Snap. How come I owe money and these motherfuckers are just chilling? Well, because you're a good person who's a law-abiding citizen and they're not. And you're, I'm assuming, yes you are, you're a citizen and they're not citizens. This is kind of like the point of everything that's going on, which is why it's important to distinguish between, is it all just incompetence or is it on purpose? It's clearly on purpose to set the native population to be upset with the migrants coming in, and then it kind of creates this feedback loop of, oh, see, these racist people are afraid of migrants and blah, 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 and they sell it to the dumb people who have no idea, and it just creates this whole cycle of bullcrap, and that's why the media is you're not your friend.
Yeah, and like the whole multiple wives and then only one's like your legal wife, but the others are your wives, and it's just like, so you're basically having a big family that you can't take care of. You shouldn't get extra wives if you cannot support the wives you have, but then you're like, oh well, the government will pay for them. That's really
No, keep
so
going,
crazy.
Rich, please. It's I like your spiciness. You're correct, though. These people just come in and completely live like relaxed. And, people are like, oh, well, they're not like living lavish lifestyles. But you know what? You know what's more important than
They're
living a
living lavish compared to what they did.
No, but what's more important than living a lavish lifestyle is living a comfortable lifestyle. And if you could work part-time, get $15 an hour working part-time, and then get all these benefits, like you could literally just live a carefree, comfortable life in some instances. And these guys are just allowed to live carefree, comfortable lives while Americans have to struggle and shit. I would just, this is not financial advice or anything, but, if I was in your situation, Ritz, I just wouldn't fucking pay it back. Fuck them. Fuck them. What are they going to do, arrest you? Fuck them.
Yes.
Fuck them.
For
You
fraud.
just act like a criminal, and then they'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not going to do anything to you now. You could do OnlyFans of your feet. Would that work? It probably would work. But you got to do the hands too. They like to see the nice manicure and pedicures. This is not financial advice. Anyway, here's another instance of migrants not assimilating, and this time in another country. We would call it a Western country. In Germany, terrorists trashed German Christmas tree. Defecate in church. Abuse donkeys. Wow. 2 men wreaked havoc on a traditional living nativity.
Nativity.
Wow. I struggled with that one. I was like, nativity. Okay. Nativity. Nativity seen in Irbach near Frankfurt late Saturday night, brutally beating 2 donkeys, Lily and Max, destroying decorations and defecating inside the church. Well, that just sounds like normal behavior to me, man. According to police and eyewitnesses, the pair first punched and kicked the tethered animals, then ripped down Christmas lights, smashed electrical distribution boxes, and overturned market stalls set up by the Advent event. So here we go, just migrants ransacking and causing more trouble, and we're supposed to just turn a blind eye because they're poor migrants who've come from a bad place and they need somewhere to be criminals. It's like, why can't they just be, maybe they could live like slumlords if you just let them be criminals in their actual native place. Maybe they'd enjoy that, because that's pretty much what they enjoy doing, is causing havoc and shit.
They didn't even put the worst part, like what they did to the donkeys, punching them, kicking them, the
animal
donkeys,
cruelty.
No, they were assaulted. They assaulted them.
Yeah, they did horrible and nasty things to the donkeys.
Yes, the donkeys were poor donkeys. Poor donkeys.
Yeah.
Sad.
The donkeys are not the same anymore. I have so many thoughts and feelings about all of this.
We'll get them out.
We can't go to their country and act like absolute jerks and assholes. And, we can't put our values onto their society. We would be stoned and put in jail and beaten and
300
tortured
lashes.
for exactly. We would be tortured for doing so. Why is it okay for them to come over here and do the same thing to us and we have no retaliation and no recourse whatsoever? I'm so sorry, but I am so sick and tired of this. My give a damn has been busted for a very long time. I do not care about your plights anymore. Get out of my country if you are not going to assimilate. You don't want to believe in what we believe in. You don't want to live up to our standards and to our values. Get out. You would do it with any other house guest. You are a guest in our home. And if you cannot respect our rules, get out. You are not welcome. And I do not give two shits or a giggle how hard I kick you in the ass on the way out. You're not welcome anymore. Bye.
Like Sean's eye view has said before, these people should have their own 1776 moment in their country if it's so bad. They have no problem coming here and causing havoc. And it's like, well, why don't you go cause havoc in your own country then? Like, cause havoc in your own country. I just like, why can't we just let these people stay within their own ring and just cause havoc in that? Like, that's like my whole reason when we talk about the Middle Eastern policies and stuff and the foreign policies we've had. And we're like, oh, the Muslims hate us. The Muslims hate us. So I was like, yes. So why don't we just leave them in their own country? And most of them are going to fight each other. Like, people don't realize, like, there are separate sects of Islam, the Sunnis, Shiites, and all that, and they don't like each other either. So
Sunnis, Shiites, the Sikhs,
yes.
They don't like each other. They all fight.
And the best way to not deal with them is to just have them fight each other. But for some reason, we kept destabilizing the region, and we unified them against the West. And now they're causing havoc, and a lot of people in the West, a lot of the decision makers in Europe and America are complicit with it because they want the mass chaos so that the law-abiding population can go, please, master government, please save us, please, my lord, please save us. And it's like they are facilitating a foreign invasion with incompatible migrants that don't even deserve to be here. Not economic migrants. They're destabilized migrants because of our military-industrial complex policy. So they're here, and we're supposed to just accept that they're allowed to do things that they shouldn't be allowed to do because, oh, well, they're not assimilated yet. We have to give them some leeway. It's like, that's bullshit. We shouldn't have to have our sons and daughters murdered or raped or have money stolen from us because they can't assimilate to this place. They should stay in their own damn place, and if some of these other countries aren't willing to take them, then tough titty.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, if you come here, respect our culture, don't defecate in our church, don't, like, deface our churches. Like, you're here, assimilate, respect our culture, or get out. Like, it just, like, the hypocrisy, like, really makes me angry. Like, could you imagine, like, if a bunch of Christians went over to, like, like, Iran or something like that, and, like, trashed, like, a mosque or whatever? Like, it would be, like, total, like, chaos, like, anarchy. People would be so angry. But it's like, we're supposed to sit here, look at this, and go, oh, well, it's okay. They haven't learned yet. Like, no, like, this makes no sense. It's like, can we stop being, like, the battered wife and making excuses for why our husband keeps beating us, please? Like,
could you imagine if we just went to, like, some of these, like, deep Middle Eastern countries and it was, like, rich, powerful men, and we just started, like, having propaganda about how your women should all just be naked all the time. Like, they wouldn't like that. So... Oh, God. It's like, you know what, don't come here and tell us what we can and can't do. And if you don't like it here, and if you're, because then, like, what other motive could it be for these people who don't want to be here? Some sort of takeover. We're going to take soft takeover, some sort of, we're here just in case the collapse happens type stuff. So it's like, we shouldn't have to accept this. And the fact that we have to accept this because we will be punished as citizens for letting this type of stuff happen is ridiculous. And again, this is just another, you want laundry list examples of your government being against you or not for the people or by the people. Here, let's keep adding to the list of grievances. I feel like we've been past the line for the last 50 years. So, but people need more evidence apparently. So here's some more evidence. But let's just not all be negative here. Let's find there is a good. There are some migrants who may call themselves Muslim, or there's some migrants who may not call themselves Muslim, but regardless, there are some migrants that do assimilate to American culture, most likely because the idea of America outweighs whatever religious beliefs they brought up with, and they're like, you know what, I like this better. So here's an Arab migrant in Dearborn, Michigan, of all places. The town Christmas tree in Dearborn, Michigan didn't come, so a local Arab American Muslim businessman stepped in to save the day. Sam Hussein, owner of T&J Krova, Muslim business owner, donated a 40-foot Norway spruce valued at $10,000 to the city. City officials say he not only covered the cost of the tree, but also made sure it was delivered and installed in time for the holiday season. So
See, that's lovely. I like that.
See, I love that. Beautiful.
That's great.
if we had more people like that, I guarantee you people wouldn't be complaining.
See, that
Exactly.
is somebody who is coming over here and respecting our culture, even though they have a different cultural value, but they are assimilating into our culture. Good for him. Love
And you know
that.
what?
Brilliant.
And he could be doing it because, you know what? It's just a smart thing to do. You run a business. You want the locals to be happy with you. It's an investment, basically. It's an investment in the community. So we need people who are either going to invest in America because it makes sense for them financially, or they're going to invest in America because they're proud to be Americans. Either way, it needs to be something that's beneficial towards Americans.
Yeah.
And the examples that we gave before are not.
It did make me feel good seeing that. Like I was like,
I love
yeah,
that.
thank you. You know?
Hope slightly restored.
So
Exactly.
So there are some examples of good assimilation, and they need to be highlighted. So I feel like it can be more frequent. But we also know that a lot of the migrants coming over anyway are the purpose isn't to assimilate. So it doesn't matter how many examples we show. They're essentially, you know, what Marxists do is they take the worst of the worst. They're taking the worst. They're basically taking the prison population of some of these places and bringing it over here and just having us deal with it because, well, we ought to deal with it because if we can help the rest of the world, see, that's what it is, communism. They don't raise everybody up to the same point. They fucking lower you and then try to raise up. It's a whoop instead of like whoop, you know?
Crabs in a barrel.
So that's what it is. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.